Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omoyega Oluwatosin, and if this is your first time of stumbling on my channel or page or whatever platform you're watching me on, please support me by subscribing, like, and share our video. And on the channel today, I'm going to show you how to cut this bustier dress, and if this is a tutorial you are interested in, please keep on watching. I will only illustrate the dress and not the 3D details on the dress. Okay, let's get into the video. I'm going to make use of our basic bodice block, and this is what yours is going to look like. And if your bodies do not have balls darts, please don't panic. You can use your bodies the way it is. So the first thing I want to do is to trace my body on a new pattern paper. By the time I was done tracing, I noticed I made a very big mistake by cutting out the paper. I forgot that we were working on a gown. So what you see me doing is just attaching a new pattern paper to the hem of my bodice pattern, because we are going to extend the bodice to a gown length. So that's the reason why I'm attaching or joining a new pattern paper at the hem of the bodice. The next thing you want to do is to extend your pattern to your desired gown length, and that's what you see me doing in the video. The same thing I did for the front bodice pattern, I repeat the same thing for the back bodice pattern. Now that we have our pattern in place, let's analyze the style. Now this is a bustier dress and it had fullness at the side. Yes, it has fullness at the side and asymmetric details at the side as well. So now I'm going to zoom this picture and let us analyze it. Now the first thing you want to know is that the whole slowest of this dress is a gown. Yes, and it has a princess seam. Yes, it has a princess seam, and the neckline is not straight, it's a little bit curved. Yes, the neckline is not straight, is a little bit curved, and it's a corsair. It has a a spaghetti and that goes round the neckline of the dress. There's no joining on the waist, and at the hem we have like a slash and spread, a fullness, we call it fullness detail at the hem. And for the seam, we have a princess seam in a cloth. That's why we have that bustier. There's a princess seam, armor princess or shoulder princess, anyone that you want to work with. So that's all for this dress. Now let's go straight into the tutorial. Now the first thing you want to do here, you want to extend your side seam. Yes, you want to extend the side seam by 1 inch. Because you are using a miniature pattern, I'm going to extend the side seam by half an inch. That's the underarm, by half an inch. From the bust point, I'm going to extend my that line by the bust radius. That's if you want your cleavage to show, but if you don't want your cleavage to show, you're going to extend your dart line by the bust radius plus 1 inch. Now, the line that I extend from the bust point is the bust radius if you want your cleavage to show, and if you don't want it to show, the bust radius plus 1 inch. Now, that part that I cycled, the reason why we went up 1 inches is because we want the cloth to grip us at the side seam. Now, what you notice on the neckline of that dress is that the neckline is not a straight neckline. So I'm going to come down by half an inch or 7/8 of an inch. Now, because it's a miniature pattern, I came down by 2/8 of an inch. Now, you see the way I'm curving my neckline to give us that curvy shape that it has at the neckline of this dress. Now I made a little alteration from that line point. I'm going to clean this because we don't want to use the dart line point. I just use the dart line to get the neckline. Now from that dart line point, I'm going to go towards the side by 1 inch and connect it to the bust point. Yes, if you notice that the neckline is a bit, the seam, like the princess seam on that part of neckline is a bit towards the side, so that's why I took the neckline towards the side. Now we are going to extend our curve detail that the dress have towards our new points, new neck points. We like call it the neck points, yes, new neckline. Now the next thing you want to do, you want to do the under bust tightening or contouring. What you have to do, from the bust point you are going to come down your bust radius amount, and on both sides of the dart leg you are going to come out by your contouring amount. Yes, you come out by your contouring amount, connect the contouring amount to the dart points for that line on the waistline, and on the dart leg from the bust point you're going to come down 1 inch, and because this is a miniature pattern I came down half an inch. Now the next thing you want to do, you want to draw your curve to accommodate your bust. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm drawing my curve to accommodate my bust. Now that we have that in place, you're going to extend the dart line that is at the hip, towards the hip. You're going to extend it towards the hem of the dress. Yes, the next thing you want to do from here is to come down from the waistline by your desired amount to draw the asymmetry line that is going towards the dart line. Yes, so I came down there amount. You can come down 4 5 inches and you draw your symmetric curve into the dart line like so. We are not done with this pattern. The last and but not the least thing we are going to do is to tighten the neckline. You either tighten the neckline, or let me use a word that you are all conversant with. You are going to contour the neckline so that it won't give. Now I'm doing the 100% contouring amount. What I did is from our new seam line, the princess seam, I'm going to come in and out our contouring amount. From the bust point I'm going to go up by 1 inch. Yes, this is going to create room for your bust. Now what you see me doing is drawing the curve, the bust curve. Yes, that's how it's going to be. You can see that our pattern is coming alive. Now I'm going to fold the dart. You fold the dart. So once you do this, the line will break. Yes, the line is going to break on the neckline. Now all you have to do is to retrace the new neckline. Take your time. So you curve it into the center fold. Can you see what we have there? You can see that we have two lines there. The old one is no more functional. It's the new one that is functional. Yes. Clean the old line and work with the new line so that you don't get confused when you want to cut out your pattern. By doing this, when you are sewing the curve will join perfectly at the neckline. Yes, that's what you need to do. The next thing I'm going to do from here is to come in with my marker pen and highlight our important lines. Now let's work on the back pattern of this tutorial. Like you did for the front, from the underarm, you're going to extend it by half an inch. It is because you are using a miniature pattern, that's why we are extending that side by half an inch. But if you are working with a client or your dress, you're going to go up by 1 inch. Now you're going to slightly curve this 1 inch into the bust line. Now when I was drafting this pattern, I forget to include our chest line, which is the across chest in some fashion school or chest line. Now I'm going to bring the pattern for which I trace out this working pattern form and show you our chest line and transfer the chest line to our working pattern. So this is where the chest line is. So I'm going to place my staple on it and measure it up to the bust line. So when I have what I needed, I'm going to transfer that amount to our working pattern so that I know where our chest line is, because we are going to contour the back. Just extend a straight line, that's the chest line or across chest. Now you're going to extend the dart line towards the across chest and retrace your dart. By doing so, you are contoured the back, so your back will not gape. It will grip to your body like the second skin. Now for this tutorial, I'm not going to use an eyelet or loop. I'm going to use a zipper. So on the center back of this pattern, I'm going to come in on the waistline by half an inch, because I don't want any bulk at this, any budging at the center back of my pattern. Now before I do that, I'm just to come in the same amount I came in on the side seam from the waistline at the front and draw my asymmetric curve into the dart line. Now for the center back of the waist, to avoid bugging, you're going to go in by half an inch, and from the hip line you are going to come up by 1 inch for miniature. But if you are using your direct pattern, is 2 inch. Now I'm going to extend this towards the across chest and the from the waist to the 2 inch above the hip line. Now that our pattern is okay, I'm going to go in with my marker pen and highlight our important lines. We are not done with the front bodies. Okay, now the side seam pattern, the first thing you want to do, from the bust point you are going to come in by 1 inch and retrace your dart. Come in from the bust point by 1 inch, and your point is going to be on the center of the bust dart. You're going to go in with your ruler and retrace your dart. The next thing you want to do, you want to come with your scissors and slip from the bust point to that 1 inch point. Now you're going to fold your new dart, and what I'm folding from, I'm folding from the down part of the bust dart. Yes, so I'm going to fold. While you do this, you have a little opening. Yes, you have a little opening. You are going to conceal the folded dart with your marker tape or marker, yeah, paper tape. Now you're going to place a fresh pattern paper underneath that little opening and retrace your bust curve. Yes, to accommodate your body. Make sure it's round while you are curving. So that's that for the sizing of the dress. Now just trim it. Yes, make sure you are trimming curvely. Now on the side seam, you notice that the side seam line is broken. All you have to do is to connect the side seam to the underarm, that's all. So you cut out the pattern. This is what your pattern should look like on the side seam at the front part of the pattern. Now we are going to set this aside and work on the fullness that is going to be on the side seam. I have joined all our pattern pieces, and this is what the pattern is looking like at this point. You can see the bustier part, the side seam, and the opening at the side seam where we are going to stitch the fullness on. This is what the inner part of the gown is going to be. Now let's work on this part that is going towards the side seam, the fullness part. The first thing I want to do, I want to cut the front and back side piece. So the next thing you will do is to draw your slash line so that you'll be able to add your fullness. Make sure that the pattern or the paper you are using has a straight edge. Now you're going to be cutting and open and pinning it down on the straight edge. Add your fullness amount. Yeah, I was in class, just ignore that part. So add your fullness amount. So you can see I'm giving the space between each slash pattern. So you repeat the same thing for the other side. Yes, you repeat this for the back. You repeat the same thing. Make sure you add fullness. It can be 2 inches or 3 inches in between, depend on how much you want it to be full. So now that I have this in place, I'm going to add more pattern paper to make sure that this side piece is in place. Now I'm going to go and use my pen and retrace the side seam, the side piece. Okay, yes, this is what you should have at the end of the day. You are going to want a loose stitch and gather that part into the side seam. By the time you are done, this is what you should have at the end of the day. Yes, this is what your pattern should look like. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumb up, like and share my video, and don't forget to add your spaghetti strap that goes round the neck. Have a nice day and bye.